The muscular system. How does it work? How to get it stronger? Common injuries. In 10 minutes or less, you're going to become an expert and you'll be able to walk into the gym feeling confident, be able to do whatever the heck you want, and be smart about it, okay? Muscular system's up there. I get my resources from a book called The Clinical Kinesiology and Anatomy, 6th edition. This book is used by university professors, doctorates in physical therapy. This is how they teach their class. This is where I got my information. What is a muscle? How does it work? Okay, so you know you can move freely. You have free will. Your brain tells your nerves, which tell your muscles, hey, I want to flex my arm. Okay, that's how that moves. You can overstimulate your nervous system by overworking it in the gym. You can't overwork your muscles, and that's what we're going to go over today. Okay, so your muscles are connected to your tendons, which are connected to your bones. As you tell them to work, they work. Okay, these are called voluntary skeletal muscles. What happens if you stretch a muscle too much? Okay, this can happen from bad posture. Let's say you're on your desk all day and you sit like this. What do you think will happen? All your back muscles are going to be chronically stretched, okay? Adaptive lengthening. What's going to happen then is when you stand up to your normal posture, those muscles won't want to kick back to where they were. Now that you've deformed them to a point to where they just don't want to go back to where they were. They're like, hey man, I'm kind of chilling right now and I don't want to go back to work. Okay, so you're gonna stand up and your muscles are gonna stay like this, you know, typical like nerd posture. All right, so what we got to do is we got to shorten those muscles by doing some, you know, muscle work, getting some reps in, getting your neck back to where it's supposed to be, and get you back into your normal working posture. Okay, so you can. If you see some bodybuilders, they're super tight. They never learn to stretch. And what happens if you don't stretch is, let's say you do a bunch of bicep curls, okay? And naturally, people's elbow are kind of slightly flexed. But somebody who does too many curls, what's going to happen is they're going to kind of be stuck here. And you're trying to stretch them, and you really can't. They're stuck, okay? You got to learn how to stretch yourself. Same thing for your hips. When you tricep, everything. You got to stretch everything, okay? Ask anybody who didn't stretch, and then they say it's going to be their biggest regret. Learn to stretch. Different types of muscle contractions, okay? You have your positive portion of the rep where you come up, okay? That's the positive. This is not the weakest contraction, but this is the contraction that you'll be able to move the least amount of weight, okay? The negative portion is when you come down. Okay, you'll be able to lift a whole lot more weight. The strongest point a muscle has is its mid-range, okay? So if you come down here, this is the point where you'll be able to lift the heaviest weight. Think about when you lift something heavy off the ground, okay? Let's say it's a big sandbag. When you pick it up, you're going to tend to keep it here. Why is that? Your biceps and all the muscles in that elbow are strongest and locked in this position, okay? So you can use this to your advantage in the gym. Let's say you're trying to get a pull-up and you can't even do one rep. What can you do? You jump up to the bar and you can get stuck here. You can do an isometric. Don't move and just squeeze that muscle and be stuck there. That's one way to strengthen. Another way to strengthen is you jump up to the bar, you stay here and you come down. Negative portion of it, okay? That's the eccentric. Eccentric, you'll be able to load a whole lot more weight, but again, be careful because you can get tendonitis like I did in high school when I did a whole bunch of eccentrics. I was stuck with T-Rex arms and I couldn't give anybody dap, okay? I was like, yo, what's up, man? That's it. Couldn't get the whole. That sucks, okay? All right. We went over the positives, the negatives, and isometrics. Use those all in conjunction for optimal strength gains. All right, power lifters, and for overall raw strength, you go. Typically, this is the common consensus: 5 reps or less. Okay, heavy weight, 5 reps or less, 3 sets. Okay, you can do that, or you can go a little lighter. This gives you a little bit more volume, more girth to the muscles. Common consensus, again, 3 sets of 10. This also gives you strength gains, but not as much raw strength in a healthy individual as 5 reps. 3 to 5 reps, 3 sets, 5-minute break. Raw strength. A little bit more volume and strength. 3 sets of 10, 30-second breaks to a minute break. 3 sets of that. Again, this is all generic common consensus. it gets deeper. It always gets deeper. Alright, common injuries, strains, trigger points, and tendinitis. A strain is when you overstretch a muscle. You did too much, so you're going for a sprint, boom, you strained your hamstring, okay? You can't run. You see this in runners a lot. These all come in different severities. Some you need just to sleep it off for a couple of days to a week. Some are severe and you probably need to go see your doctor. If your leg looks like outer space and purple, you'll probably need to go see a doctor, okay? What else? Trigger points. These are common knots. You overwork a muscle or you overstretch a muscle from bad posture or whatever. Common point is in your back and your scapula area. What you can do about it: buy yourself some tennis balls. There's also some hooks. There's trigger point hooks, and press into it for either 30 seconds 3 times, or press into it until it gives out. Basically, the concept is you're choking out blood supply, and when you blood supply comes back from releasing it, it's supposed to relax the muscle, okay? And things you'll feel when you do that: pain, and it might radiate, okay? You can Google common trigger points areas to wherever it is in your leg, in your back, whatever, and you'll 9 out of 10 times you'll be able to find the point. Press into it a couple times, and it'll be fine. Tendinitis, you did too much, okay? The tendon portion of the muscle, like we said, you have the muscle belly, which is the big girthy point, and then the tendon is where it goes into the bone. That might be painful, like I did. I got tendinitis from doing too many bicep curls, and I couldn't extend. You might feel sharper pains. It's just, oh man, don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Less is more. Tools you can use. Again, you can use the tennis balls. There's also these things called Graston tools or myofascial tools. Buy them on Amazon. They're good for scraping. You can do some investigation on how to use them. But what I use them for is anytime I'm sore or get delayed onset muscle soreness, that lactic acid buildup that you get from working out too much. That's 7 minutes of info. What else can I go over? Prime movers and synergies. Okay, so another common mistake in the gym: you go in there and isolate muscles. Okay, let's say I want to get my arms bigger, and you go in there and just do bicep curls. Okay, your body doesn't typically move one body portion at a time. Okay, it's not robotic. It works in a synergy together with other muscles. So do compound movements. A bench press is a compound movement, because what makes your arm do this when you're flat on a bench? Okay, you're flat on a bench and you do one of these. Your chest has to contract into the arm. Your tricep has to kick out. Your front delt has to stabilize it, and everything else in that shoulder has to stay stable. Okay, that gives you maximum fluffiness. Okay, fluffiness. Your muscles work as a team. Don't only do isolation movements, okay? You can do whatever the heck you want for probably the first couple of months of training. You'll get gains regardless. These are called newbie gains. But as you get more advanced, you'll plateau in strength. You'll be like, what the heck is going on? I was adding like 5 to 10 pounds every week. Now I can barely add 5 pounds to the bar. You got to start using and sprinkling in isometrics, concentrics, eccentrics, raw strength, like your 3 to 5 reps for 5-minute breaks, volume reps, and play with it a little bit, okay? Use 8 reps, mix it up a little bit, use a different exercise, vary the exercise, vary the angle, okay? But don't be dumb about it. People study this for years. It's what they do for a living, okay? Research. Don't just go in there and be like, that looks cool. And don't copy whatever everybody's doing at the gym, okay? Some of those people are stupid. If you've ever walked into a Planet Fitness, I don't even want to start about Planet Fitness, okay? Or anything you want to say before we go? Don't compare your progress to other people compared to who you were yesterday. He's such a nerd. All right. That's it.